Allegations that the moon is preparing to open up because cracks are recorded? What is really happening? As we've said before, the moon is a mysterious celestial body orbiting our Earth, and new questions arise about it without fully having explanations of old questions. It's said then that the moon was originally formed as a donut. Recent scientific research suggests that the moon is still cold from the time of its birth. More recently, however, research has shown that the moon is constantly shrinking while seismic vibrations occur more often than ever before. What could this mean for our natural satellite, but also for us? What will happen if the moon continues to shrink? Will it get to the point of exploding or opening up? The science, though one theory overturns or complements the other, is that the history of the moon began 4.5 billion years ago. At that time, Earth was another new planet covered in red-hot magma oceans, and at some point a huge object the size of Mars impacted Earth, and the force of it all fell, ejecting liquid magma into space, at which point the first moon began to form. The early moon, that is. And over time, this moon began to form on the sphere we all know. And what are these earthquakes? What actually come from the same process? They actually come from that same process. And you see, as the warm core of the moon cools over the last 100 million years, pressures are created that create seismic vibrations and cracks, openings on the surface of the lunar soil. The most remarkable thing about this study is that it's based on data collected from seismometers placed on the surface of the moon by astronauts on the Apollo missions. Every year the moon moves about 1.5 inches away from our Earth. It does not sound like much, but think about it. At the time of its birth, the moon was only 14,000 miles away from Earth, from what scientists are telling us, and it's now about 250,000 miles away from our Earth. If the moon goes far away, its critical influence on our world will become less and less powerful. For example, the tides will not be as prominent as before, and this will gradually lead to mass extinction of species, as well as 75% of the planet made up of water. There used to be a conspiracy theory that the moon is an artificial spaceship built by higher intelligent civilizations, and there are some indications that those who embrace it. Inside this theory, there was another claim that at some point the moon will open, and then we'll see the truth hidden behind it, within it. Of course, science does not acknowledge any of this and dismisses it immediately. However, recent research that the moon is shrinking, moving away from our Earth, and especially the fact that seismic vibrations are created that cause cracks, that is, open up the surface, give conspiracy theories a push to confirm that the moon is about to open, and that is the reason that it moves away so slowly, so as not to cause trouble on Earth. Can such claims be justified in the face of scientific theory? Everyone can judge and draw their own conclusions. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.